6 or 7. And in those days, everybody from Africa was being told, go back to Africa, go and help develop the continent. And yes, there was a bigger contrast than there is today. And the changes that have happened in Africa, I tell you, you really have to come and see it for yourself. For whatever reason, when I look at the media, the same Africa I used to see on CNN when it formed in 1980, whatever it was, is the same imagery that I see today. The wars on the continent, the difficulties, the Samburus, they like to show, those tribal cultures. They never talk about the fact that, for instance, in my country, in Kenya, we are leading in mobile phone technology. We are bringing Google, Microsoft, all these IBMs, all these companies are coming into Kenya now to build up infrastructures in that part of the world. There is so much energy, so much so many new ideas being developed on the continent. And I feel that of all the people in the world who should be coming to help us, who should be coming because it's a part of your soul, a part of your being, it should be the Black American culture or the African. I never get this right. I apologize. I never quite know whether to.
We don't know what it is either. It's okay.
But I feel it should be the Africans around the world, coming and saying, just like the Irish here in America have helped to develop Ireland, then it should be the Africans from all over the world coming to help us on this journey that is going to transform Africa, which is already in the throes of that transformation.
Very good. So I want you two, Reverend Harris and Elder Sy, to talk about what happened during the separation concerning religion, the gods, the deities, whether there was one or many gods, or the introduction of the gospel. What happened there?
Thank you very much. African people, by large, they have always been religious people. Now, missionaries left from Europe and even North America with good intentions to carry the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, when they went to parts of Africa to carry the gospel of Jesus Christ, they did not carry the gospel of Jesus Christ. They carried their version, the American version and Eurocentric version of the gospel, not in its pure form. So when they get to Africa, they try to impose Eurocentric and American culture on the African people instead of teaching them the true gospel. Now, some of them have some interaction with the indigenous people from a surface and not in the everyday life to know what they do as far as religion. They only see on the surface, and based on what they see on the surface, they draw conclusions that are not true. And what they draw on the surface and publish as facts always is not true. So an example, Africans are always religious. They are not only just people religious in the secular sense, but it's a way of life. So an example, to an African to have once a week service, and you do all you can on the Sunday, you dress up, you go to church, and you sing the songs, and you go back to the culture Monday through Saturday and do all the things, and then come back to be that. No, for the Africans, is a way of life. The songs that we sang, the instruments we use, those are used to do different ceremonials, religious as well as in the secular sense. So when they see a quote-unquote juju man that uses the drum for juju purposes, they construe that anybody that plays a drum, the drums are demonic. Even though Psalm 151 says, let everything that have breath praise the Lord. So these are the kind of things that have really divided us, and we are the new people got to start understanding our culture and teach the true gospel, and not a European version. So an example, for the Western, the female, due to the traditional setting, has to wear a bra. Now, the breast is not a sex symbol. In the African culture, the breast is for feeding a child. As a result, a woman or a mom can feed her child anywhere without having to worry about, don't do that here. So when a European goes there, they say, no, it's not right. I don't know how to put it, but so because the husband is getting uptight from seeing the women with that, so they want to ban you from being who you are and also inhibit a child from living by the breast. So these are the kind of things that we try to do. And in other words, what I'm saying, talking about how we got here and our history, our past, we now that have become educated, we see the light, we're going to be determined to speak the truth. Those things we see on TV that are not right, you only see on TV, the news media, anything on Africans that's negative, nothing positive, as she was saying. Why not? Why not talk about some of the accomplishments instead of only putting Africa on the news where you got some bad things? So we got to create our new media to tell our story. Yeah, like the civil rights movement, they couldn't depend on other people to tell their story. They have to have their own media to tell their story. Thank you.
Well, I've been here. December will make me 45 years in this country. I came here when I was 21 years old, and I'm still 21. I landed, I did my undergrad at Temple University in Philadelphia. During that time, 1968, a lot of Africans came to this country, especially from South Africa, those that were fighting for independence. When I landed there was a serious problem for the fact that they have already told our people here, the African American, that we sold them. This caused a lot of conflict. You see, when a missionary, when they go to Africa, they have already made up their mind that the continent is dark. Dark simply means that we are not lighting, we don't know anything. So their coming will enlighten us. They already made up their mind. So there's nothing you would do will change it. First, they will attack our languages. They will attack our way of dressing. They will attack the way we cook our meal. Now, the God who created us, he gave us all of these things. Now, are you challenging God that God made a mistake to have made me a black person? When God created us, what did he say? He said, I create you, man, in my own image. And he said that he was satisfied. You felt good about it. Now you will come and tell us